The big room went quiet. All eyes turned to the alien with 6 arms and purple skin who stood up to speak. This was Kreltor from the Viridian planets. "Friends," he said, his mouthparts clicking as he talked, "I want to ban humans from joining our space family." Shocked whispers filled the room. Aliens from 100 worlds looked at each other in surprise. Humans were new to space travel. They had just figured out how to move faster than light. Their planet Earth was small and far away. Zaxvala, a tall alien made of crystal, laughed loudly. Her body sparkled as she moved. "Ban them." "Why?" "Their spaceships are like toys compared to ours." "It's not their ships I worry about," Kreltor answered. "It's what they are." The whispers grew louder. In 50,000 years, the Galactic Council had met thousands of alien types. They rarely banned anyone. From her seat, Lorraine Hayes stood up. At 63, she was Earth's first space ambassador. Her gray hair was cut short, and her face showed no fear. "The Viridians have shown no proof for such a harsh action," she said in a strong voice. "Humans have followed all your rules since we met." Kreltor turned all 8 of his eyes toward her. "We have proof. We've been watching your kind for many years." "Spying on us breaks your own laws," Lorraine shot back. "Not when there's danger," Kreltor said. "I will show everything tomorrow. But hear this warning. Humans are more dangerous than you can imagine." When the meeting ended, Lorraine walked out with her helper, Alan Clark. He was 45, with dark hair and sharp eyes from his years in Earth's spy service. "They've been watching Earth," Alan whispered. "How much do they know?" "Enough to be scared of us," Lorraine said, frowning. "We must warn home right away." In the empty hallway, alien diplomats moved away from the humans, throwing worried glances their way. Something big was about to happen. The next day, the big room was packed. Aliens who usually joined by video came in person. Everyone wanted to see what Kreltor would show about humans. Lorraine and Alan walked in. Cold stares followed them. Whispers filled the air. They sat alone, far from the other aliens. The head of the council, a tall blue alien named Orcs, spoke up. "Kreltor, show us your proof." Kreltor walked to the middle of the room. "What I will show you comes from human history, human movies, and our secret watching of their soldiers' training." The lights went out. A big screen lit up above everyone. On the screen played the worst parts of human history: wars, bombs, fighting sports, and hunters chasing animals. Mixed in were scenes from action movies, boxing matches, and soldiers training. When the lights came back on, the room stayed quiet. Then someone laughed. Soon, many aliens were laughing. "This is your proof?" Zaxvala asked, her crystal body shaking with laughter. "All young species have fought wars." "I see no danger here," said Ambassador Droll, a furry alien. "Their weapons are like toys to us." Kreltor's mouthparts clicked faster, showing he was upset. "You don't understand. It's not their guns that are dangerous. It's their bodies and minds." Lorraine stood up. "Kreltor is showing a false picture of humans. For every fight in our history, we have thousands of acts of kindness and peace." "Do you deny what I showed?" Kreltor asked. "No," said Lorraine. "But there's more to the story. Humans have grown past much of our violent past." "Have they?" Kreltor pushed a button. "This is how human soldiers train now." New videos showed human special forces swimming underwater with bombs, walking for days with heavy bags, and practicing hand-to-hand fighting. "Not bad for primitives," one alien said, "but not scary to us." Kreltor had one more video. "This is a normal human worker during a disaster 3 years ago." The screen showed a woman named Susan Wilson, a firefighter. Her safety gear was broken, but she ran into a burning building anyway. She came out carrying 2 small children and pulling an injured adult. The building fell down seconds later. "Look at how she handles extreme heat, toxic smoke, and heavy weight," Kreltor said. This is not a superhuman, not their best soldier, just a normal worker. The room got very quiet. I still say we should ban humans. Kreltor finished. We vote tomorrow. As everyone left, Alan whispered to Lorraine, "They're not taking us seriously." "No," Lorraine said with a small smile. "And that might help us." The next morning, the big debate began. Each group of aliens got to speak about whether humans should be allowed to join. Zaxvala, the crystal alien, spoke first. "We see no reason to keep humans out. Yes, they fight sometimes, but so did we all once. The Zabraki used to be much more violent, but now they're our best peacekeepers." Many aliens nodded their heads. Ambassador Droll, the furry alien, added, "Humans have good qualities for our community. They adapt quickly to new situations. The Viridians are just being afraid without good reason." Kreltor's friend, an orange alien named Moktal, disagreed. "We've ignored danger before and paid for it. Remember the Krath invasion? We could have stopped it if we'd seen how dangerous they were." The debate went on for hours. Most aliens thought the whole thing was silly. They saw humans as weak and harmless. When it was Lorraine's turn to speak, she walked calmly to the center. "Friends," she began, "we humans don't want special treatment. We just want the same chance you all got, to join this community and learn from you." She looked around the room. "Many of you evolved from animals that were hunted. You got smart to escape predators. Humans evolved as hunters. Yes, that makes us different, but different isn't dangerous. So you admit humans are predators." Kreltor interrupted. "Our ancient ancestors were hunters, yes," Lorraine said. "But modern humans use that determination for better things, protecting, exploring, and solving problems. The same drive that once helped us hunt now helps us save lives, as you saw in that firefighter video." After Lorraine finished, the aliens all started talking among themselves. The head of the council called for quiet. "We will vote tomorrow," he announced. "Until then, think about what you've heard today." As everyone was leaving, an old alien floated up to Lorraine and Alan. He looked like swirling gas inside a clear ball. "I am Ixel," he said in a soft voice. "I have watched for 900 years as new species joined our community. The way they laugh at you today worries me." "Why?" asked Alan. "When fear is laughed at, people stop being careful," Ixel said mysteriously. "Watch your step, humans." The vote never happened. Loud alarms started ringing all through the space station where the council met. A huge solar flare from the nearby star had damaged important systems, and the station was starting to fall from its orbit. In the emergency center, station officers gave their report. "Backup power is failing. Life support systems are down in many areas. We have about 4 hours before we fall into the planet." The head of the council, Orzak, spoke to everyone. "Rescue ships are coming but won't arrive for 6 hours. We must move everyone to the safe center areas." Panic broke out as aliens rushed to find safety. The space station had over 20,000 beings from across the galaxy. Many needed special air or temperature to survive. Lorraine walked up to the emergency team. "Admiral Hayes from Earth, how can we help?" The security chief, a Furritorian, looked down at her. "This is our problem. Please go to the safe areas with the other visitors." Lorraine didn't back down. "My aide and I have handled many emergencies. Earth faces natural disasters all the time. This isn't some primitive disaster," the security chief said. "This is a high-tech space station failing." Alan stepped forward. "With respect, failing life support is failing life support. The rules of physics don't change just because the technology is more advanced." Just then, more alarms went off. A big screen showed that Area 19, which held air-making machines, was completely failing. "The methane-breathing aliens are in Area 20, someone shouted. "If those machines fail, we'll lose over 200 visitors and staff." The security chief hesitated, then nodded to Lorraine and Alan. "What do you suggest?" Lorraine looked at the station maps. We need to fix the most critical systems first. Alan, what about the emergency plan we used during the Titan station accident? Alan nodded. Similar idea should work here. We'll need access to maintenance tunnels and tools. For the next hour, Lorraine worked with station engineers while Alan and a small team manually reconnected power to vital life support systems. But things were getting worse faster than expected. In Area 20, where aliens who breathe methane gas lived, the air pressure was dropping fast. The access tunnel was damaged, and the robots couldn't get in to fix it. We need to manually reset the air regulators, the chief engineer explained. But the tunnel is losing pressure. Our repair robots are down. How long would someone have in there? Lorraine asked. In that tunnel, 20 seconds before pressure drops to deadly levels. Maybe 40 with an emergency breather, but the cold would kill most species anyway. Lorraine looked at Alan. Like the Triton station training. He nodded grimly. Worse conditions, but same idea. What are you suggesting? The security chief asked. We can do it, Lorraine said simply. Humans can survive those conditions long enough to reset the systems. The security team stared in disbelief. Impossible. You'd die. We can hold our breath for minutes when we need to, Alan explained, and we can handle extreme cold for short periods. It won't be fun, but it's possible. The chief engineer looked doubtful but desperate. The regulator needs 2 minutes minimum to reset. Then we'll need a team, Lorraine decided. She used her communicator. This is Admiral Hayes to all Earth personnel. Emergency volunteers needed at Area 19 entrance immediately. 5 minutes later, 5 humans from Earth's support staff had gathered. Lorraine explained the deadly mission. This is extremely dangerous, she finished. Volunteers only. No one stepped back. News spread fast through the station about the humans' plan. Several council members gathered in the security room to watch, including Kreltor and Zaxvala. This is suicide, Zaxvala said, her crystal body dimming with worry. Perhaps, Kreltor replied, mouth parts clicking softly. Or perhaps it shows exactly what I warned about. The humans were given small breathing masks that would give them maybe 30 seconds of air. They wore no special suits since there wasn't time to find any that would fit them. Station cameras showed the human team getting ready at the entrance. Lorraine would lead the first group to the air regulator. Alan would bring a second team 1 minute later as backup in case the first team failed. What are their chances? Asked Orzak, the head of the council. For those conditions, without protection. The doctor, a blue tentacled alien, waved his arms in stress. Almost zero. The cold alone would stop most species in seconds. The security screen showed Lorraine talking to her team one last time. Then they took deep breaths, put on their small masks, and went through the door into the deadly tunnel. In the security room, aliens watched in shock as the humans moved through conditions that would kill most species instantly. They moved fast but carefully, fighting against the cold and low pressure. Their body temperature is dropping fast, the doctor reported, but they're still moving. How is this possible? Someone whispered. Kreltor kept his eyes on the screen. This is what I warned about. Physical abilities far beyond what their simple technology suggests. The first team reached the controls. 2 humans collapsed right away, but Lorraine and another human, Sam Rivera, began the reset work. Their movements got slower as the extreme cold affected them, but they kept working. 40 seconds exposure, the security chief noted. They should be unconscious by now. They are using what they call adrenaline, Kreltor explained, a body chemical that makes them temporarily stronger than normal. On screen, Lorraine finished the first part while Sam forced the restart lever into position. The warning lights changed from red to yellow. Partial success, an engineer said. Air pressure starting to stabilize, but temperature controls still down. Alan's team had entered now. They moved to help the first team members who had fallen, dragging them toward the exit while fighting their own battle against the deadly conditions. Lorraine and Sam stayed at the controls, working on the secondary systems. Their movements were dangerously slow now, fingers clearly struggling with the frozen controls. "They need to leave right now," the doctor insisted. They'd gone way beyond what anybody should tolerate. As if hearing this, Alan reached the control station and physically pulled Lorraine and Sam away. The team stumbled back toward the exit, carrying and dragging their half-conscious friends. "They're not going to make it," Zaxvala said quietly. The humans collapsed just short of the exit door. Station security, wearing proper protection suits, rushed in to get them out. In the medical center, the human team was treated for severe cold damage and pressure effects. Amazingly, all survived. Hours later, when rescue ships finally arrived, the first job was getting the injured to better medical care. As unconscious Lorraine was being prepared for transport, Kreltor approached her bed. "She cannot hear you," the doctor said. "Perhaps not," Kreltor replied. "But I must honor her actions." He looked at the sleeping human. "They are exactly as dangerous as I warned, just not in the way most understood." 3 days after the crisis, the Galactic Council met again on a big ship serving as a temporary meeting place. The space station would need months of repairs before anyone could use it again. The mood was serious as Orzak called everyone to order. "Before we continue our regular business, we should recognize those who saved us during the recent emergency." Various aliens and groups were thanked for their help during the crisis. When Orzak mentioned the human team, the room got very quiet. Admiral Hayes and her team took extraordinary actions that saved the lives of over 200 methane-breathing delegates and staff. Their actions went beyond what we would expect from any species, especially one with simple technology. Lorraine, still showing signs of her ordeal with bandaged hands and an oxygen mask, simply nodded her thanks. Kreltor stood up to speak. "In light of recent events, the Viridian Confederation wishes to discuss our earlier motion." The room grew tense. Many expected Kreltor to use the humans' unusual physical abilities as more proof they should be banned. "Our motion was based on facts about human capabilities," Kreltor began, his mouthparts clicking rhythmically. "What we saw during the crisis confirmed everything we presented. Humans have physical strength, determination, and biological responses far beyond what their technology level suggests." Whispers spread through the room. No one was laughing now. However, Kreltor continued, "We did not fully consider how these traits would show up in a cooperative space community. The same abilities that make humans potentially dangerous also make them uniquely valuable when technology fails." He turned to face Lorraine directly. "The Viridian Confederation withdraws its motion to ban humans and instead proposes a modified plan for humanity to join us, recognizing both their unusual abilities and their proven willingness to use those abilities to help others." Ambassador Zaxvala's crystal form brightened with approval. "The Cygnus Imperium supports this new approach." One by one, other major groups indicated they agreed. What had started as mockery had changed to cautious respect. After the meeting, Alan found Lorraine on the ship's observation deck, looking out at the stars. "Quite a change in how they see us," he commented. Lorraine nodded. Fear turned to mockery, then mockery to respect. "Not exactly the first contact we prepared for." "Kreltor still thinks we're dangerous," Alan noted. "He's right," Lorraine replied. "We are dangerous when we need to be. The difference is he now sees the value in that, when it's directed toward protection rather than aggression." Alan looked out at the distant stars. "So what happens now?" "Now," Lorraine said with a small smile, "we show them what humans can build, not just what we can endure." 1 year later, the rebuilt space station hosted a ceremony to officially welcome Earth into the Galactic Council. The human group had grown, now including experts in many fields that the Council found valuable. Lorraine, now Earth's first galactic ambassador, stood at the center platform. Behind her were Alan and Susan Wilson, the firefighter whose rescue video had been part of Kreltor's original evidence. Humanity accepts the responsibilities and benefits of Council membership, Lorraine said formally. We bring our strengths and know our weaknesses, hoping to learn from the many civilizations here. Orza completed the joining ceremony, giving Lorraine the symbolic key of access, which gave humanity voting rights and resource-sharing privileges. As the ceremony ended, Ambassador Kreltor approached the human group. Ambassador Hayes, he greeted Lorraine. The Viridian Confederation has an idea for you. We're listening, Lorraine replied. Our worlds include places too harsh for most species, yet containing resources valuable to the Council. We have used machines to access these areas, often with limited success. Alan understood right away. You want human help with extreme environment operations. Exactly, Kreltor confirmed. Your natural abilities, combined with Viridian technology, could achieve what neither could do alone. A partnership, Lorraine noted, rather than a ban. Indeed, Kreltor's mouthparts clicked in what humans now knew was amusement. We have built a training facility on our fourth planet. We would be honored if Susan Wilson would consider becoming a teacher there. Her performance during the building fire was what first caught our attention about human potential. Susan stepped forward. I was just doing my job, Ambassador. That, Kreltor replied, is exactly why we need you. What is normal for humans is amazing for many species. Later, at the party celebrating Earth's joining, the old Promethean Ixal approached Lorraine again, his ancient gas form floating peacefully. In 900 years, the elderly alien said, I have seen many species join our community. Some brought advanced technology, others rare resources or unique ideas. And what does humanity bring? Lorraine asked. Something unexpected, Ixal replied. You remind us that intelligence alone is not the measure of a species' worth. The body that carries the mind matters too. In our rush to build better technology, many species have forgotten the value of biological adaptation. Alan joined them, greeting Ixal respectfully. We still have much to learn about Council technology and rules. Yes, Ixal agreed, but the Council has much to learn from you too. The most dangerous thing about humans is not your capacity for violence, but your potential to change how other species see themselves. Is that a good thing? Lorraine asked. Ixal's gas form swirled thoughtfully inside his floating ball. Change is rarely comfortable, Ambassador Hayes, but it is often necessary. The species that mocked the human ban now find themselves rethinking ideas thousands of years old. They have seen the footage, and more importantly, they have seen what followed. As the party continued around them, Lorraine thought about Ixal's words. Humanity had arrived in the galaxy neither as conquerors nor as beggars, but as something few had expected. A reminder that the path to the stars could be traveled in many ways, and that strength came in forms beyond advanced technology. The species that had laughed at the idea of dangerous humans now sought their help. It wasn't fear that drove them now, but recognition of complementary abilities. In the vast diversity of galactic life, humans had found their place, not despite their differences, but because of them. To unexpected strengths, Lorraine offered as a toast. And unexpected allies, Alan added. Ixal's floating sphere glowed softly in agreement. To the future we build together, each in our own way. The end.